to Live Captured, episode 33. I don't really want to make this episode today, but I kind of feel like it is on my heart. And I know for a while now, I've been kind of making these episodes for you guys, and this episode is for me. And this is me preaching at myself because I need this today. I'm really struggling with forgiveness this week. Feels like at the last straw. And ended up Googling 70 times 7 and came across a few of these things that I wrote down for reference. And so, Mary, this is for you. You need to listen up. So 70 times 7, most of you know that Bible story, and it's Matthew 18:21 and 22, verses 21 and 22, if you want to look back on that. But I wrote down 4 little sayings that I found. First one is, forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior. Forgiveness prevents their behavior from destroying your heart. And this is so true, because I think a lot of times we feel like we've heard the phrase forgive and forget, and if you're forgiving someone, then it's like suddenly you can't bring it up again, and they get away with something, and that's not the case at all. It's just releasing that person and that situation into God's hands, and not letting it destroy you, because unforgiveness, and we've been talking about forgiveness a lot, man, I did not know that all of that would come gearing back. That's how this whole vlog started, is preaching at myself, and I did not know that the last couple of vlogs I've been talking about forgiveness. I would have to hear myself, but here we are. Unforgiveness destroys a person. That bitterness, that hatred, it eats them alive. I know from experience. And I've tried so hard in my life to forgive and to move on and to let go, because I knew that if I didn't, I would become like the very people that I was so desperate to get away from and not be like. So forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior, okay? It just prevents it prevents their behavior from destroying your heart. So number 2, I really like this one. It said, God, help me put down the stones. There's quite a few I want to throw right now, but I can't. And that comes down to this one. It's a quote by C.S. Lewis, one of my favorite authors. It says, to be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. That's why you have to put down the stones, because you have no right to throw them. And it is hard. Like I said, I didn't want to make this episode because all day I have been boiling over with anger and not giving it to God, and just, it's been consuming me. So I had something entirely different to share today, and it didn't turn out that way, and God put this on my heart, and so here we are. So as a reminder, Mary, keep letting go, keep forgiving, keep putting it in God's hands. Anyways, that brings us to our very last one, which isn't about forgiveness, it's about healing. It says, I pray you heal from things that no one apologized for. That's the last point I want to make. It doesn't matter how many times someone has hurt you and has done things to you. It doesn't matter if they've never apologized. It doesn't matter if they're still doing it to the day they die. It is still your job to forgive them. Because that forgiveness, it can heal them, but it's for you. Like that said, forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior. Forgiveness prevents their behavior from destroying your heart. So that forgiveness is for you. It doesn't matter what they've done. It doesn't matter whether they've apologized or not. You have to be the one to keep forgiving. 70 times 7. And it's not saying 70 times 7. I don't know what the number is when you add that up. But it's saying never stop. Keep giving them that forgiveness and act as Christ would. So, that's my little sermon today to myself. Because I really need to hear it, because right now I am not in a very forgiving place in my heart. So, I will look back on this video one day and hopefully say, thank the Lord that He pulled me out of that place. So, that is today's episode. You all have a blessed week. Keep giving it to God. He's the only one who can take care.